morning. Well, I'm coming from a country which claims that have the largest democracy in the world. And I'm coming to a country which claims to restore, promote, advance democracy to the world. And for me, both the countries look same. And furthermore, in my country, I'm a citizen, I have my valid passport, and while traveling this big country, I obtained my visa, so they recognize I'm also a citizen. But for both the country, I'm a subhuman, I'm obnoxious, I'm filthy, I'm abnormal, because of my desire. I'm born with a particular genitalia and my desire to perform the opposite gender. And that desire spelled both the country, not only both these two countries, all over the world, as a public nuisance act. So look at me, I'm a mobile public nuisance act. Every day, people like me live at variance to expected gender norms, face violence, rape, abuse, hate crime all over the world. The most cases of the violence never get documented, but we know that even the first quarter of 2009, the first 3 months in 2009, trans women have been murdered in Honduras, Serbia, India, Pakistan, Uganda, Argentina, Sri Lanka, Cambodia, USA, and most recently in Turkey. Trans men are equally victims of hate crimes, prejudices, discrimination, despite of their frequent social and cultural invisibility. The basic human rights of trans people are being ignored or denied in all the nation, be it out of ignorance, prejudices, fear or hate. For trans people face daily discrimination, which results social exclusion, poverty, poor healthcare, little prospects of appropriate employment. And for this one purpose, while I look at this movement building, and I often think how to bringing the world together, the nations together. And I think if you give one particular word, oppression and discrimination of a transgender people, this subject, US will sit very closely with Iran. India will very quickly gel with Pakistan. So the walls are same. Far from protecting the trans citizens, states and international bodies reinforce social transphobia through short-sighted negligence and reactionary politics. Because of the failure of the national law and social justice in far too many states, trans people are being forced to leave their gender, which they experience as fundamentally wrong for them. In most countries, any attempt to change one gender can lead to a legal sanctions, brutal mistreatment, and social stigma. Contributing the factors include that current international health classifications still consider all trans people mentally disordered. This outdated vision is insulting, incorrect, and is used to justify daily discrimination and stigmatization in all aspects of trans people's lives. Recently, though in some countries, and I'm glad I'm bringing that experience from the region whom I belongs to, like example in Nepal, example in Thailand, that with a very different social and cultural context, significant legal advances have been made. Following in the wake and bold judicial decisions, state action has led to increased acceptance of trans people within the society. This demonstrates that understanding of progress is possible, change can possible. Currently, trans people everywhere in the world rise up, reclaim our human rights freedom. We carries, I bring the Asia-Pacific voice, an anonymous message that we will no longer accept to be labeled as sick, as treated as a non-human on the basis of our gender identity and gender expression. I call I use this freedom platform, I use this reproductive justice platform to call World Health Organization, American Psychiatric Association to stop considering us mentally disordered and to promote access and adequate health care and psychological support as desired. I ask United Nations and other human rights bodies to examine the human rights abuse that we face around the world and to take action to combat this abuse. And let's, I and you all, let's call our states of the world to adopt international Yogyakarta principles to ensure that all of us benefit from appropriate health care, including gender assignment, if we wish, be allowed to adopt our civil status to our preferred gender, live our social, family, or professional lives without being exposed of transphobic discrimination, prejudices, hate crime, and that we are protected by police and justice system from physical and non-physical violence. We call United Nations, World Health Organization, American Psychiatric Association, Nation of the World in adopting these measures to refuse transphobia and welcome the right of their citizens to live fully and freely of their preferred gender, assumed as an expression of cultural freedom. Let's celebrate the reproductive justice freedom of trans people. Thank you. Namaste.